Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. It's another beautiful sunny day outside, so we're going to do an outside read. And I got some of my favorite crystals as well as some of my favorite summer symbology, which is the bumblebee, industriousness, faithfulness, productivity, resting on flowers. I just love it. So I created some things for my shop, a beautiful golden resin bee and an enamel bee with pretty marcasite that looks really great and sparkles in the sun, and just a lovely lifted metallic bee, which I love. I love bees so much, and I feel like when they're mixed with different stones like pearls, especially emeralds, they look really elegant and simple. And every time I just see that symbol, I feel good. There's something about it that is just wonderful. And then in the background for some good, beautiful, illuminated energy and some clarity. And I also feel like fluorite just simplifies our thought process, streamlines it. It helps me breathe deeper. It helps my cognitive abilities. Very grounding and calming stone. So I wanted to do some things for you guys that were really affordable in my shop. So I started doing pendants, as you guys know, and I'm now doing pendants for under $20, so they can be really affordable and you can buy them as gifts, because I have been noticing that some people overcharge quite a bit, and they're really substantial and they're made well and they're lightweight and they have a really good really top quality cap on there. I don't use thin metals because you need things that are substantial, especially when you want to get a lot of wear out of them. So I'll be putting those in my shop for you guys as well. And look up under Pinterest if you guys are ever concerned about a quality of a stone. If you go on Pinterest and you just punch in fluorite, meaning it'll come right up, and then you can see and devise what stones are going to work best for you guys. So today's reading is going to be about messages from your special loved one, either if it is your soulmate or somebody who's observed you, what they're thinking about you, which they wish they could say to you. But a lot of this is energy flowing. I feel like it's your divine counterpart that's trying to relay messages to you. This is a really great connection time. I feel like at the summer season, and when things become relaxed and people are more aware and alive in the moment and they slow down, they really connect to their best intuitive self and they're able to ingest these messages a lot better. And again, you guys, thank you for all your great feedback on the beach read and everything. I'm trying to take all my readings outdoors. The lighting is clear and beautiful, and I just feel like it's much more restful as well. So our three choices are the enamel bee, and it's Dream a Little. Number 2 with the beautiful gold resin is Woman of Light. And number 3 with our brass bee is the Temple. And I'm going to have a sip of water. You guys get comfortable. And what I've learned to do when I'm listening to my readers now, and you've heard me say this in the past, is I put down my devices. I stop double tasking when I'm listening to them, because I realized that I listened to one of my favorite readers the other day and I only took in like 10% because I was answering emails, and I'm so used to multitasking. And I decided, I said, it's the beginning of summer. I'm going to do one thing at a time. And now I'll just go out in my yard and sit in the lawn chair and just look around and listen to the birds. Really ground out. It's a good time of year for that, where you just get in touch with nature, slow your deep breathing, get that sunshine on your shoulders and just relax and feel good. I think we're so just ingrained to hurry scurry and super worry, and it's ridiculous. I have to catch myself too. I'm like, what the hell are you hurrying like from the back of the house to the front of the house from, and carrying all this stuff? I'm like, slow your roll, calm the F down. I'll actually say that to myself, because when we do have a lack mentality of time, it does get away from us. But when we say I have all the time in the world and you're not hurried, you do things with presence, you do things of quality, you do things with meaning, and you do things with attentive skill, right? So that's what we're trying to do. Like, think of a time that you just whizzed through and made a sandwich 100 miles an hour, and that thing was so not Instagram worthy, right? It was just like this slapdash thing. But when you stop and you're like, oh, I'm going to put banana peppers and I'm going to put fresh butter lettuce and all these things, and you make this masterpiece, you love that sandwich because you took time to make it beautifully, right? And this is the season to do that. So we're going to start with number 1, which is Dream a Little. So I'm going to see, I love these in terms of messages. So besides this being the card that you chose, I feel like your soulmate is saying that they are going to come to you in your dreamscape and relay messages. You'll get a physical sense of them, how they look, how they move. And for a lot of people, there'll be like some olfactory senses as well. They'll actually carry a scent that'll stay with you. Some people, are very like frankincense and myrrh and patchouli and deep, dark, ancient scents, and some people are citrus and light and summer scents and all of that. And a lot of you were DMing me that you were experiencing this, and they want to send you, some essence of themselves through the dreamscape, which is really beautiful. Now, we also have this beautiful Aquarian energy right now. This is experimental energy. This is unique, liberal, electric, group-orientated energy that's going to come to you. They're saying, go out, diversify, meet new people, feel alive, feel invigorated and excited for life and who you're connecting with. Have some radical changes. If you're looking around your house and you're like, please, I am not having this like, I read this thing and this makes so much sense, and this is connecting to the message. Throw out old, dingy, holy towels and t-shirts and majorly scuffed shoes and things you just look at and they look deteriorated. They look run down, because that actually can tire us. When we look at an aesthetic that's very pleasing and vibrant, I think that's why I like the color silver so much, because it is like light. It's like white light, and it's sparkling, and shiny, happy people remind me of silver, all of that. But if you get murky gray and stuff that is dingy and run down and stuff like that, get rid of it, because it's like, not only it doesn't look great, but it doesn't feel great. And it's not something, that has sentimental value. I'm just talking about stuff we just hang on to it. Maybe one day I'll use this. I'm kind of like that with coats, and I'm like, no, you don't need that frayed, whacked out looking thing anymore. Throw that out. So they're just saying, have this radical throwaway of stuff too, because I have a feeling that some of you guys are hoarding certain things. There was a lack mentality for a while, so there might be a lot of magazines or tchotchkes or trinkets or broken little pieces of jewelry or hats that are all bent out of shape and you're hanging on to them. Just discard it, because you have a lot of new things that are coming, a lot of abundance that's coming in. You're going to want to be able to create a nice aesthetic in your house and not have all this stuff, because it can be disruptive and it can be disorganized and it can be not fun for you. Now, also, they want you to know this Mars action is coming in for you, and this is desire. You're going to have strange impulses, and they'll probably be physical because you're feeling them, and they're trying to come into your dreamscape and your physicality. And sometimes when you dream, you get this intense desire for them and impatience for them to arrive. They're saying, don't be angry, don't be impatient. Use your beautiful willpower to know they are on their way. And if these people already exist, that communication will follow through and they will get you. I know a lot of people right now too that have love interests that are long distance, and they're in foreign countries, and there's difficulties of them traveling to come meet you, but you have this bond, it's them, they're on their way and they're working their way towards them. They want you to know they're using there's this potent willpower that's behind this, and they're going to get there. So don't, they have innate strength, and they're not going to be dissuaded from making their way towards you. So don't get angry and don't get impatient or feel that it's bad. Now, this is very significant because this came in very strong almost at the beginning, but I wanted to have a smooth path of relaying this information for you. So this many paths is saying they don't want you to doubt whatever path you take. They all are optimal when you look at them with optimism and hope. You can change anything. You can change the energy of the room, where you're going, how you reciprocate energy with somebody, your vibration, all of that. So it doesn't matter if you say yes to something and then all of a sudden you start to doubt it. They are saying go through, have some follow through, and really feel it out. Oftentimes we talk ourselves out of things that might be optimal for us due to fear. It's not a known entity. It's not our comfort zone. So often fear will come up with that, and we'll talk ourselves out of something that is a significant benefit to us out of fear. They're saying don't do that. If you get an offer, whatever path you're on, just try it. You are not super glued to the outcome or that place. You can always shift and say, no, thank you, this isn't for me, whether it's a job, a friendship, whatever. You are not obligated to stick to anything that doesn't, behoove your energy and keep you moving happily. And they're saying, be honest about that. Talk about your feelings. Express what your hopes are for with friends and family. It reminds you of that too, right? It reminds you what's important. And in finding out our next move in a lot of things. I ask myself, what is the next best thing? If I go have this walk and I'm outside, or I go for this swim, aren't you going to feel good and cleansed and all of that, as opposed to just flipping through channels or being on the computer all day or overindulging in stuff you don't need, right? Overspending, whatever it is. Do the next best thing, which is usually connecting to nature and your higher self. And you can do that through just being outside. You know, this is a literal path, a path in the woods, a path to your backyard, a path to the beach, all of that. You know, remember, they're saying too, remember how often you smile, and remember to smile. It actually tricks your brain into thinking you're in a good mood, and then your feelings follow that suit, and then it all goes. And they also want you to know to ask for help if you need it. If you come into some challenge, ask for help. We don't have to be everything, you know. Don't stand for anything that makes you unhappy in your life, because you deserve to be happy. You deserve to feel loved and appreciated, and they can't wait to show up to do that for you. Feel worthy, because you absolutely are. Surround yourself with those that bring you happiness in your world, because your future is wide open and they can't wait to be part of it, and you deserve all of this, and it's going to come for you. Now, here we go with the impatient. Rings of time. Everything in due course. You have all the time in the world. All is well. The rings of time will bring you what you need when you need it. So know that through divine timing and your gratitude and your optimism, everything is going to arrive, because you know what we expect is also expecting us. And you know, have courage and success and protection and opportunity. Money is all making its way towards you. So to have patience, and they can't wait to share the abundance with you. Wow, beautiful group one. I really love that. Beautiful, restful, green energy throughout this read. Like, I just kept seeing more and more abundance, more nature, more peace of mind, deep breathing, healthy living and eating, you taking care of yourselves. And some reminder just came in. Remember to take your pills or vitamins. If some of you got some kind of new vitamins or pills you need to take, that came through them. They know about that. So remember that. Put it somewhere where you have easy access to it. And keep up the good work and look for that dream connection for sure. So that is you guys. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you want to go to my Etsy store, the fluorite stones are also really great for intuitive messages and reception of that as well. And if you need a private read and you want all the little details on soulmates, divine love, whatever it is, all my links are down below. Thank you guys for all your excellent feedback and your lovely just amazing 5-star reviews on Etsy and all your stuff. I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. I'm excited for you, group one. So dream a little, sit back, allow yourself time to just, you know, dream a little dream on a star, have a restful moment where you're like, I know you're out there and I'm waiting for you as well. So now we're on to number 2, Woman of Light. Right away, I'm feeling that you are definitely getting some amazing uploads spiritually, that you're going to have new clarity and know the direction and what to do and when to do it, just the correct steps to take. There's something that's happening where you're connecting into your best spiritual self, and part of it is you know what matters and you know what has meaning now, and it's not all that superficial stuff that used to grab your attention in the past. Oh, who's doing what on Instagram? Oh, who's doing what over here? No more compare and contrast. It's just like, what's the next best thing I can do to make myself feel good, feel connected, feel spiritually enriched, all of that. That's what's going on. And definitely your divine other is helping you with this kind of trajectory, like little reminders, because when we connect into the element and the frequency of love, we feel more loving, we feel more patient, we feel more guided to do what creates longevity in our life, right? Eating well, exercising, taking deep cleansing breaths, feeling free and unburdened. That's something I have to do for myself constantly, because I will get that 10 of wands and put it on my back and carry everyone's problems and figure stuff out, and then I'll be like, holy crap, 5 hours just went by and I'm answering. But let me make a clarifier on that, you guys. Never ever feel bad or apologize over on Instagram for DMing me something, a crisis you're going through, anxiety. That's why I went over to Instagram, to be able to do that and be a resource for you. I have lots of time because I delegate my time well, and I go over there every single day and I can speed read through everything, and anybody who's having a moment and they're feeling like no one's listening or doesn't have clarity or isn't a good advisor, I will always respond to you. That's one of the reasons I'm there. So never apologize. And emails too, like, I'm sorry this email's so long. I can read a lot very quickly. So pour your heart out. It is important for us to get things off our chest and share them. Problem shared, problem halved, and then it doesn't seem as big. So absolutely never apologize, and send me any information that is wearing on you. It's my pleasure to do that, and it's part of what I do, and that's why I'm here. So never ever hesitate to do that, you guys. And I appreciate, your trust in me and your gratitude towards all of that. You guys are amazing. And it is a tough time in the world. People feel isolated and it's not fun, right? And I'm super lucky in where I am near forests and beaches. I can go out and my life hasn't changed that much, and it's like if I'm able to provide you with any help, I'm really happy to. So you guys, again, with this beloved, they feel you and they want you to feel that. Every once in a while you'll be sitting there and you'll feel undeniably crazy happy, like for no reason at all, like a child does. That's them connecting with you into your heart chakra and saying, I'm here, I see you, I feel you, and connecting with that energy. So with that, it's a lovely kind of da-da. It's so funny because I was going to say an observation to accept yourself, and here comes the acceptance card. Accept it. Accept the flow of time, that they're here, they're on their way, and if you're already speaking to them, that everything is going to work out. It's that turn of the good fortune of wheel. Your karma, your good karma is coming in. You're getting aligned with your highest frequency in these great dramatic uploads that are taking place spiritually as well, where all of a sudden you might have gone to do something that you used to do, and then you're like, you know what, that just doesn't work in my life anymore. That doesn't fit. What a waste of time. How the hell did I ever place any importance on that, right? Like a lot of times I'll do that if I can go and experience something. I'm like, I would rather go do that than make sure that, my face is in place and my hair is done. I'm like, I will put on that backpack and I'll be out in that forest. I will go experience that because I know what brings me joy. And I know what brings me light, and they're going to be sending you messages to help you with that. So if you ever feel alone and isolated, talk out loud to them. They're saying they hear you. Talk out loud. It's also like any ancestor and any angel to invite them in and say, I could really use your energy and feel you right now, and talk to them, and they'll be able to provide you with that kind of like even keel energy, that grounding, because when we accept that things aren't always seem, they don't always seem real, or they aren't seen. They're not in the 3D. We can't touch them. We can't really experience them in a 3D sense. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And accept that, and don't feel lack because it's not here right yet. Act as if it's already arrived, so you're plugged into that beautiful connective energy, because it's coming to a series of completion. They are arriving. They're on their way. Everything has a cycle in this world, in this universe, in everything, on every single level. Everything has a cycle of completion. It has a beginning, it has a middle, and an end. And a lot of you guys are approaching the finish line to receive them in the 3D, and they want you to know that they observe you, they feel you, and it's wonderful. So this is something they want you to know about, is your 6th house. So work details, health, well-being, diet, daily rituals, all of that contribute to your life in a beneficial way. By self-care, by evaluating how you spend your time. Like, do you ever just do something and then you felt bad immediately after, going, what a freaking waste of time, whatever it is? I used to do that, weirdly enough, with watching trailers for movies, because I'm hard to commit to a movie, because I'm like, dude, that's like 2 hours of my time. It better be damn good. And I'll do that, and then I'll be like, I'll feel bad after and go, I'll be like, oh, I just spent 2 hours watching trailers when I could have watched a whole movie. And then when you think of that rationally, like, who cares? When you want to entertain yourself however you want to do that, don't feel bad about it. Go ahead and do it. But also remember next time that how you did do something made you feel a certain way, right? Usually the things that are good for you and benefit you emotionally, spiritually, physically, are the things that you remember making you feel good. I never, ever feel less than awesome after I go through a hike. I go for a swim. I go and sit by the water. I listen to birds. Never. That's never time wasted. Time on your mental, like, clarity and quietude is always going to pay off well. So they're saying seek those things out, things that benefit you. And you see also crystals. Use of crystals always helps me in every regard too. They help me with my intuition. They help me with grounding. Dark stones are particularly awesome for deflecting negative energy, for sure. And clear crystal quartz is great for magnifying any other stone that's in your vicinity or you're wearing too. And also the purity of light. And they're just saying, you're becoming something amazing. You're going to have a lot of breakthroughs. So continue with your brainstorming, because you're going to have a lot of original, great insights, and you're awakening to like your higher self. So don't be fearful of it. Embrace that. It's going to be, something that is much bigger than you imagine. And you provide a lot more meaning to people's lives than you give yourself credit for. You really affect people. Some people infect people. You affect people. Like, you make them feel good. You increase the vibration of the room. You really touch people in a way that is unknown to you. You may know to some degree, but you should magnify that by 20. And you really leave the room, the world, a town, the house, whatever, a better place wherever you are. So they're proud of you, and they're saying continue with that because your vibration is sensational. You're a bright, you're a bright beacon of light for a lot of people. And a lot of you guys are light workers and healers, and you don't even know that. Look how beautiful this is. Accepting the energy that is kind of beyond the pale. You don't even know. Look at all the things that are working in the background. It looks like a carousel in the upper right, like a magic carousel that she's stepping off and he's waiting for her. And there's the beautiful orange entity of angels helping and sending down light and fairy and all of that. That, it doesn't have to be in the 3D to know that our beloved is there. So beautiful energy, group 2. That's amazing. That is a freaking... yeah, that is like super clear love energy for sure. So beautiful. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe, and come see me on Instagram too at Sparkrist11. I do daily posts and memes and reads and giveaways, and I'm going to have some great giveaways this weekend with some of the new jewelry that I'm making and some reads and other things because I love to give back to you guys. Are so amazing, and you do so much for me as well. So if you need a private read as well, my links are down below. If you want all your details on where they are, what they're going through, when they're coming, all of that, I can provide you with that as well. So now we're on to the temple. So this is exciting. I love the temple because the temple is where you're going to find your answers. That's a place you go in your head, in your heart, and your calm meditative state where you connect most beautifully and you feel your true authentic self. You never have to hide. You never have to put on pretenses. You are authentic 100% yourself. That's where we have to reside. People that it's unfortunate, that people go out and they feel like they have to people please and say yes. But if you don't say no, your yes means very little. You know what I mean? So really set up those boundaries because, ooh, look what you have going on up in here. You have Chiron. You have a big healing phase. Oh, the sun went behind. I want you to be able to see this quickly. I love this eye in Chiron. You have a lot of healing powers. You're going through a big growth spurt in a lot of regards, understanding things in a new way, what has deep, true meaning. And instead of everything has a kind of like residue or residual effect. So something you say is going to resonate for a while with somebody. So I choose my words very carefully, knowing that because I feel that as an empath very deeply. I don't like to go out to restaurants because when I see like families disregarding each other and looking at their phones or saying something, people get nervous in public. They say mean and like just cruel things, like they tell each other to shut up and all of that. So remember the residue and the residual energy that you leave. Leave the room with a smile, leave the place with a thank you, all of that. They see you always trying and elevating the energy, and they're proud of you. And to recognize inherited issues. I used to have this with my mom too, because my mom would give and solve all these problems and do all this stuff, and she was an excellent with her intuition and always giving, advising the family and helping them and monetary issues, whatever it was. But then she'd legit just hit a wall of exhaustion and she'd break out in hives and she'd literally just have to take to her bed for like 48 hours and recover. And I used to do that too. I would work and give and go, and then I would just boom, done, no more bandwidth, completely plop out. Be careful you don't do that, because I feel like a lot of you guys are caregivers for family members and other people, and they're saying, don't burn yourself out, save some for yourself. Know that you're not just here to care for everyone. You need some self-care right now. There are some generational traumas. Some of you guys were married to and or in a family situation where you saw things that nobody should have to see. Abuses, physical abuse, people talking terribly to one another and all of that. That you can shake that off, and that you can have a renewed understanding that just because somebody does something bad doesn't mean they're a bad person, but you have learned through seeing that that's not something you ever want to be involved in. And here's the crazy thing. Even Marissa Peers was talking about how she used to love people that were really cold and distant because her father was like that. And we try to live the life we already know with the people we already know. So if we have a cold, distant father, it's like that's what we're used to. But to realize that's generational trauma, we don't need to bring that back into our life, right? We need to have people that honor and love us. I love this superpowers because this is saying this summer is something where some of your creativity and your connection to your soulmate is going to be stronger. You're going to be able to really connect and feel their energy and their words and their scent and how they look and all of this. You're really going to have some major third eye opening things that make you feel, wow, it's like I have a new gear in my head. It's a really great feeling because you almost know how to like automatically save your energy from people that are superficial or judgmental or whatever. You just don't care. You do not care. Here's the thing, and I put this up in Instagram, and it's so true. It says, people really waste a lot of time caring what other people think, and other people don't even know sometimes what they think about themselves. So just let that all go. You hear something critical about yourself, or somebody gossiped or said something, just don't even give two flying craps about it, because it really doesn't matter. When we're younger, it's hard not to do that. We're in school and, you get looks and all this stuff and envy and all kinds of problems. But as an adult, even as a student, if you don't mesh yourself in that energy, people notice that, and it's a very beautiful quality, because when when you give 0 F's about that kind of garbage, people don't inflict it with you anymore, because you're not playing the game, you're not involved in it. And then they see themselves kind of through your eyes and they feel foolish. So, disengage, and they want you to know you're going through a beautiful cleansing phase. You're being definitely, I almost said punched by the divine. I'm going to make a t-shirt that says you have been punched by the divine, because I meant to say you are being pursued by the divine. You are being punched. Please comment if you heard that, because I was like, that's so funny. Yeah, you're being pursued by the divine, and now that's going to be part of your pursuits. You want things that are good and clear and streamlined and promising and optimistic and bright, and have softness and a release from the pain, because you're ready. You're ready for all this wonderful, loving, great energy. Let's pull one more card for you. Yeah, dance of the planets. They are aligning for you in a way where you can feel them. And, it's like that Jupiter expansion and luck and feeling good. And on top of it, and that Venusian energy of Venus, of feeling love and feeling the connectivity and feeling embraced by others. Because oftentimes, absolutely, your soulmate wants you to know that oftentimes we mirror what's going on around us. So if we begin by being a good mirror for others, we're going to get good results, right? If we just automatically smile at somebody that goes by. You ever come out of your house and you see your neighbor scowling at you, and it's just like they're just in a bad mood. It's not at you, it's just something they're doing. And you're like, that bitch, what's the matter with her? I've had times where I've done that, and then I realized, no, this person has, whatever, 16 dogs they have to walk, 18 kids, whatever it is. And you realize it's not you, it's what they're experiencing. So how about come out with a smile and, get that reflection back. Expect good things from the world, because people really want to engage with you now. You're giving off this very beautiful, healing, light, red, kind of resonant, passionate energy, and people are going to be very attracted to you. And you're drawing that love in, and your soulmate can feel it, and they're going to be sending signals. Again, I feel like a lot of birds for you guys, red birds, blackbirds, ladybugs, dragonflies, all kinds of, and again, bees as well, winged creatures. And your numbers are definitely 1111s, 333s, 555s, that sort of thing. And you're going to be seeing sometimes just like little sparks and darts of light, and it's ways also that our spirits and angels send us message just through fun shards of light. I can see that a lot if I concentrate. It's almost like searching for an aura. Anyway, you guys, they will be sending you messages, and you're kind of like on this beautiful divine path where you're protected as well through physical harm. They're stopping injuries, and they're stopping any kind of infection and other things for you too, and helping you heal. Some of you guys, I definitely feel like have had cancer surgeries, and it's not going to return. Everything is fine. Everything is clear. If you've had any back injuries, you're going to start to feel better. You're in a reparation phase where you're starting to feel good. So picture yourself in wellness so you can feel it even more. So beautiful energy, you guys. Amazing group 3. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you guys want a private read and get all your last little details, you can go to my Etsy store. My links are down below. Get your amulets. I'm probably just going to post them really inexpensively for like $15, because I want you guys to have some. And I know, the economic state of a lot of people with what's going on with jobs is, a little stricter. So, I'll be doing some reductions so you guys can get your stuff. And I'll probably be running a special this weekend as well, where you can have your 2 questions for $25 for your reads. I like to, run that like every other weekend for you guys. But again, you guys, thanks for all the great feedback. Be proud of yourselves. Everybody's doing their best. Talk to yourself like you would a good friend, with kindness, compassion, and a sense of humor, because this world is crazy, and we might as well just join right in the nut cage that it is. But we have to look at things with humor. It lessens the the severity of stuff. We don't need to take ourselves seriously. We don't need to take our family seriously, because we're all, we're all just on this spinning freaking ball doing the best that we can. And in your case, group 3, things are getting better by the minute. So love and light.